What's going on, guys? Kalzain back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about some of the one thing that changed with Age of Triumph, and that's the weekly reset. Also resets the vendors. So we're going to be taking a look at the roles they have this week and what stuff you should pick up, what you should stay away from, and what you can use for different scenarios. So first off, I'm sorry about my voice. I've been sick for like the last 2 weeks, and I can't figure out what's going on. My voice is real hoarse, so I'm gonna have to get that looked at. But I want to apologize if it sounds kind of rough. And I wanted to talk about one other thing. If you guys like these videos, please hit that like button. And I'd like to know what kind of content you guys are enjoying, what kind you enjoy the most, so I know what stuff to kind of put out there for you guys. And if you know anyone that's interested in this kind of stuff, please share these videos around so that way we can start building these channels up. And if you like the content I'm doing and want to keep seeing it, please subscribe so you guys can stay up to date on everything I got coming out. So I think that'll kind of do it for that little bit. So first up, we're going to take a look at the Crucible vendor and see what weapons he's got with what rolls this week. So first up, we have the 0-Day Dilemma. It's an auto rifle, one of the slower firing auto rifles. So the perks it has on it this week, you got the MD reflex sight, significantly improved handling, quick draw IS, agile sight, lightning fast handling, OEG rifle scope, improved optics, improved range. And then you got Battle Runner. Kills with this weapon grant a brief boost to the sprint's top speed. And Danger Close. This weapon gains increased reload and handling when two or more enemies are in close proximity. You got Brace Frame, which raises the stability but reduces the magazine size. Appended Magazine, increased magazine size, slower reload, and Hidden Hand. So I would say that this is probably a pretty good PvP role. Battle Runner seems to be fairly useful. And I would, with this category, I would probably go with Appended Magazine unless you've got a real trouble with stability. Then I would do Braced Frame. But that's completely up to you guys. Both seem like fairly good options, and Hidden Hand's always a good perk on any weapon. So that'll do it for the 0-Day Dilemma. So right here we have the B29 Party Favor. Now, fun, interesting little thing when Rise of Iron first launched. This was the first weapon I got on day one. So mine has a little bit of sentimental value, even if it's not the best roll. I do still like the weapon and use it from time to time. Okay, so again we have the MD reflex. Now you got Sure Shot IS, snapshot sight, excellent handling, superb target acquisition. This one's really good on hand cannons, but I imagine it would be good on any weapon. And OEG, slightly improved optics, improved handling. So then you got Outlaw. Precision kills with this weapon dramatically increase the reload speed. You got Partial Refund, chance to return a portion of the magazine after an assist. Perfect Balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil. Lightweight when held. This weapon grants 2 agility, or +2 character agility. And glass half full. So this really isn't a bad roll. Actually, it's actually a pretty good roll. I would go ahead and pick this one up if you guys like using pulse rifles. And this is in the higher rate of fire, lower impact. Not the highest rate of fire, but this is in the same archetype as the Suros PDX and the Hawksaw and some of those pulse rifles. So this is a pretty good archetype for pulse rifles, and it seems to do really good in the Crucible right now. And this is a really good roll on this. I may actually pick this up later. I'm going to look at the other vendor rolls first. Okay. Okay, so that was a look at the B29 Party Favor. Like I said, definitely if you guys like using pulse rifles, I would definitely pick this up. This seems to be a really good roll, and so I can see this being a PvP machine. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and check the Hero Formula Scout Rifle. Now, this is in the high rate of fire, low impact Scout Rifle type. I actually have one of these I've been using lately. I really like it, except I think that higher impact variant. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the sights. So you got MD Reflex, ranged lens, RLS3, mid-range scope, good effective range and recoil control, heavy and slow, and OEG, improved optics and improved handling. So that's not too bad on the sights. You got Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. And who's next to kill with the final round in the magazine increases the reload speed. You got small bore, increased range and stability, slower reload, reduced magazine size, and explosive rounds and Firefly. So for this one, this is actually, I would say, more of a um, PvE role. But for Crucible, I would definitely go with Eye of the Storm, explosive rounds, and obviously Firefly on that last tier. And I would probably go with OEG sight. So that's the Hero Formula Scout Rifle again. I do really enjoy this one, but it just has it just doesn't do as much damage as some other ones, so it depends on your play style with Scout Rifles. This is better if people getting close on you. But at long range and picking people off, it may not be your best option. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the Palindrome. Everyone knows this weapon. It's a Crucible beast, and I have one of the original vendor rolls from the launch of Rise of Iron. And it is the probably my favorite hand cannon. Not in terms of looks. I think in terms of looks, this is probably one of the worst ones, in my opinion. But in terms of effectiveness, it's definitely a good weapon to have. So it's got True Sight IS, uh, flexible sight, light, good recoil control, strong target acquisition. You got fast draw IS and quick draw IS. No brainer here. True Sight IS is definitely the way to go. Hands down. You got relentless tracker, kills with this weapon, grant enhanced motion and tracker resolution for a short time. Last resort. This weapon handles and reloads faster when the wielder is the last living member or player in their fire team. You got Hammer Forged and lightweight. Hammer Forged is definitely the way to go there. More range is always a good thing, and hidden hand. So this is probably a really good Trials of Osiris roll here with Last Resort, Hammer Forged, and Hidden Hand. So if you like hand cannons, this is actually a really good roll to get, so I would go ahead and pick this one up too. So we'll go on to the special weapons. So we got each new day. Now I really like this fusion rifle. I have one and I use it a lot, and it's probably one of my favorite fusion rifles. It's not the highest impact, but it definitely will. You can definitely, if you land a good shot, you can definitely kill them in one burst, as long as all of your shots hit. So let's go ahead and look at MD Reflex, Red Dot, ORA2, improved handling, OEG. So personal preference on that one, guys. I really don't think any of those are necessarily any better than any of the others. So you got Battle Runner, kills with this weapon, grant a brief boost to Sprint's top speed, and Icarus, improved accuracy while airborne. Both are really good options, but if I had to lean towards one, I would say Icarus. Small bore, um, increased range and stability, slower reload, reduced magazine size. You got accelerated coils, reduces weapons charge time in exchange for slightly decreasing the damage. For this one, I'd have to go with small bore and counterbalance. So that's an okay roll. I don't know that that one's necessarily worth spending your legendary marks on, but that's the one. That's where it is anyway. Okay, so then now we have the 44 curtain call, and I'm not really a big shotgunner, so I can't really tell you too much on the world for a shotgun, but I'll tell you my opinions based on what I think the perks look like. So you got smooth ballistics, less recoil, boost of range, field choke, more range and impact, increased recoil, and aggressive ballistics, more predictable recoil, enhanced impact, shorter range, and more recoil. I guess for a shotgun, that seems like probably the way to go. Um, if you're using a shotgun, you're really not going to be using it at any kind of range, and this seems like the good one to get in close and take them out quick kind. So you've got Cascade, melee kills, automatically reload a portion of the this weapon's magazine, and Army of One, quick unassisted kills with this weapon, reduce the grenade and melee cooldown. I'd have to go with Cascade on that one for sure, because I don't know how many quick unassisted kills you're going to be getting with this. But let's see, rifle barrel, increased range, slower reload. When held, this weapon grants +2 agility. I don't know. That's kind of a toss up. That depends on your playstyle, but I'd go with rifle barrel personally, and range finder. Aiming this weapon increases its effective range. I'm sorry I can't talk very well today, guys. But anyway, that's the roll you got on this. Um, as I'm not big with shotguns, I can't really tell you if that's a good roll, but it doesn't seem like one I would go with personally. So again, that one's up to you. So now we have Anton's Rule. Now this is a really high rate of fire sidearm, which are always good options in the Crucible right now. So we got True Sight IS, Sure Shot IS, and Quick Draw IS. I would have to say go True Shot or True Sight or Sure Shot. I'd go Sure Shot personally. You got Zen Moment, causing damage with this weapon increases its ability, and Feeding Frenzy, kills with this weapon increase the reload speed for a short time. I would say probably do Zen Moment. You got Fitted Stock, increased weapon stability, and high caliber rounds, oversized rounds that stagger targets and leave them reeling. Their mass makes them harder to handle. I would have to personally say high caliber rounds on that. You can, with this high rate of fire, you can really spam those shots and really, really cause some massive flinch with that as fast as this thing fires. And Hot Swap, readying this weapon grants a brief period of bonus accuracy. So, not a bad roll. I don't know if this is one of the best ones. This is kind of for you to decide. I'm probably not going to be picking this one up. I think my Wormwood's just a little bit better. But anyway, so that's the Anton's Rule. So we got the Event Horizon Sniper Rifle. And this has Hawkeye SLR 15 mid zoom precision scope, increased range and target acquisition, heavy, short range scope, or this is short gaze SLH 10. You got short gaze or short range scope, quick to aim and good range. I would probably use this personally because it's short range, which I find a little bit easier to manage when you're running and gunning. And Texas SLS 15 mid zoom scope. So pretty much all of those are pretty good options. It just depends on how good you are with a sniper rifle, I guess. So you got triple tap. Rapidly landing precision kills will return 1 round to the magazine. That's always a good thing to have. You got Mulligan, missing a shot has a chance to return ammo directly in the magazine. That would be my pick personally for me because I miss a lot of shots. But if you're a really good shot, go with triple tap. If you're not, go with Mulligan. Skip rounds, ceramic jacketed rounds, ricochet on hard surfaces. Their extreme density lets you carry more rounds in your reserve. Added mass slows down the weapon's handling. And casket mag, increased magazine size, reduced stability. I'd have to go with probably skip rounds on that one, but I don't know. And hidden hand, that's a good perk on this. This all in all, this is a pretty decent roll. So if you miss a lot of shots, this is probably actually a really good sniper rifle for you. And then it's also got a setup here for people who are really good shots. So I may actually pick this one up myself. And this is the lower rate of fire, higher impact archetype of sniper rifle. So that's gonna be. I would assume that can probably uh, one shot supers with critical. So I would definitely pick that up. And you got chaotic neutral. It's a machine gun. This will go in your heavy weapons. So you got accurized ballistics, smart drift control, and field choke. I would probably for this I would go with smart drift control. Unflinching. It's easier to aim under fire while using this weapon, and spray and play increases the reload speed for this weapon when the mag is empty. I would say for PvP, go unflinching. For PvE, go spray and play. Perfect balance and rifled barrel. I would have to say perfect balance on that one. And hidden hand again. So this is a really good roll on this too, and this has a really good setup for both PvE and PvP. So I would definitely pick this one up if you're looking for a good heavy weapon and a good heavy machine gun. Alright, so last for the Crucible vendor, we have something wicked. And this is a rocket launcher, and this is the high blast radius, low rate of fire archetype. You got warhead verniers. I hope I pronounced that right. More velocity and blast radius, less recoil, or increased recoil. You got soft launch, increased recoil, boost to velocity, and counter mass, less recoil, penalty to blast radius. I would have to say personally, I would go with soft launch or counter mass as high as the blast radius is on this. So you got Battle Runner and Army of One. So I would say PvE, Army of One, PvP Battle Runner. You got Quick Draw. This weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast. And Javelin, increased warhead velocity. PvP Quick Draw, PvE Javelin, and Tripod. This launcher's tube can hold 3 shells. So this is a pretty good roll on a rocket launcher too. So I would say if you're looking for a rocket launcher, that one's probably a pretty good roll you could pick up. So that'll do it for the Crucible vendor. Now, I'm not going to do the factions because I don't actually know if your faction vendors reset or not. But I am going to go take a look at the Vanguard vendor. I would imagine that the faction vendors do reset, but as I'm not really sure what last week's rolls are, I couldn't tell you for sure by looking at them. But I'll do the Future War Cult since that's the one I'm with right now. Well,